All right, guys. It's been a while since I used come on live like this. Hope everybody's okay. But what I really want to do is, guys, I want to showcase one of our brothers from Sierra Leone who is into electric vehicles. Because I just want to show you guys that there is a lot of potential in Sierra Leone. You know, but enjoy this song until I get a few folks come join me. All right. That left that miss you, baby. Maybe I was just saying I miss you guys. That's all it is because it's been a while since I did it live. But really, what I want to show you guys is brilliant Sierra Leoneans. I want you guys to see that, and they'll know exactly what is actually happening because it's nice to showcase these brothers and sisters that are actually doing a phenomenal work, right? I know it's a little bit late, so I'm not going to be long with this, but I just want to go straight to the point and share with you guys this because this was actually covered by CNN Insider, and I want you guys to see it. It's phenomenal, given the fact that of course we have electric vehicles taking over the world, and we have these brilliant Sierra Leoneans that can actually do something with that. So I'm gonna present this to you guys. I want you to see this, and make sure you share this so other Sierra Leoneans would know that we have some of our brothers, and sisters that are very talented that are into stuff like this. When I saw this, I was, very inspired. So I really wanted you to see this, and I want to share this with you guys as well. Okay, so listen to this, guys. I want you guys to listen
In Freetown, we have a lot of transportation. We have the motorbike, we have the keke, and we have the buses. In other parts of the world, other countries have started using renewable energy transportation.
25-year-old Emmanuel Mansarai is making his mark by clearing the air in Sierra Leone.
The idea of the solar car was originated in the year 2018. I've started building solar car for Sierra Leone, and in the future I would like to see this expand and grow, and people will start using solar cars instead of using fossil fuel vehicles that will harm the environment, harm the life of people.
Emmanuel says it took 3 years to design and build his imagination solar-powered car, during which he faced challenges.
This is bamboo kentique. It has headlights. It has trafficator both left and right. Moving from one place to another, like trash yard to trash yard, to get what I need. And also, I start saving my lunch money from school. I walk to college by my feet because I need money to develop my idea. This is another panel, and this panel is the source of energy for the lights, the brake system, the horn. Doesn't need any fuel to move the car. You only need the sun to power the solar, and then after the solar, it converts the energy from solar energy to electrical, and it can move 50 kilometers per hour. And if it has effective energy, it can move faster than that.
Guys, I want you to see this because I want you all to understand that we are missing so much. There is a lot of potential, but because we have leaders that are just useless. Say it again. We have a political class that are, they are greedy, they are useless, they don't have the interest of the people. Because a young man like our brother here, you would think that we would have a society where, our political leaders would be thinking about having, a manufacturing plant for a brother like this so that they can produce electric vehicles. You all know that electric vehicles are taking over the world, right? Let me share this with you. I want you guys to see this. You know, this was a conversation that a
the
guy was
journey
going
that you
through.
went on
Yeah.
to write this book and why it's of concern to you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I started traveling to the Congo 5 years ago. I've been doing research on slavery and child labor for about 20 years, traveling all around the world, documenting slaves and child laborers, human trafficking. And this came across my radar maybe 7 years ago. People started talking in the field about cobalt. Cobalt's in the batteries. It's in the Congo. The conditions are horrible. And I had no idea. I never heard of this. So I started planning to take trips to get down there. And I took my first trip back in 2018. My plan was I thought I would try to lay the groundwork to do some academic research. And the things I saw there were so appalling and heart-wrenching and urgent that I changed my approach. I thought people need to know about this. I need to write a book. And so I started planning more trips, and I just kept going back. And the reason this is important, Joe, and we can dig into this in more depth, throughout the whole history of slavery, I mean, I'm going back centuries, never in human history has there been more suffering that generated more profit and was linked to the lives of more people around the world, ever in history, than what's happening in the Congo right now. And the reason I say that is this. The cobalt that's being mined in the Congo is in every single lithium-ion rechargeable battery manufactured in the world today. Every smartphone, every tablet, every laptop, and crucially, every electric vehicle. So you and I, we can't function on a day-to-day basis without cobalt, and 3/4 of the supply is coming out of the Congo. And it's being mined in appalling, heart-wrenching, dangerous conditions. And so that's why people need to know, because by and large, the world doesn't know what's happening in the Congo.
It's something that people.
So, guys, you ask yourself, Ibrahim, well, what are you sharing? Why are you sharing this? Because, again, um, uh, uh, Congo is where they mine the cobalt. The cobalt is what is used in the lithium batteries that, electric vehicle, are used. But look at our brother here, brother, who is actually manufacturing, electric vehicles in Sierra Leone. And we do, I'm sure if we do exploration, we'd have cobalt, we have lithium, we do have it in Sierra Leone. My brother Cashbox talks about this all the time. We can have our own manufacturing plant. We can mine the cobalt, the lithium in Sierra Leone, produce our own electric vehicles, sell that to the world, and we can use it. But no, we don't think about that. So you look at this brother with so much talent, and I'm going to continue his story here, have his own electric vehicle. But in Sierra Leone, the political leaders, the class, they don't think about these things. Matter of fact, I'm sure some of them would have bought electric vehicles in Sierra Leone. You guys tell me if you guys have seen like the Teslas or the Mustangs or the Mercedes Benz EQS. All of these cars that are electric vehicle. You tell me if you've seen those in Sierra Leone. But the political class, the leaders that we have, don't think about stuff like this, and this is the problem we have. And that is why guys like myself, we're calling your attention, because I want you to see that we have these brains, we have this much, intelligence in Sierra Leone, and the world would see this, and maybe somebody out there would see this and say, let us help this guy. Let me continue with this video so you guys can see what he's doing, with his knowledge, building an electric vehicle. But the governments in Africa, in Sierra Leone, they don't have a vision for things like this. All they're thinking about is how they're going to enrich themselves, prepare and take care of their families, stash away all the millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars that we lose every year. But they would not empower brothers like this. Listen to this.
Welcome to Fwabi College, University of Sierra Leone. We are right at the library where I do my research and do some findings to help me solve pressing problems in my community. Nobody taught me and how to build the solar car. I taught myself with the help of the library. So being in the library, I feel good, I feel happy.
I mean, I can only imagine, what the library system looks like in Sierra Leone. But this guy taught himself how to build an electric vehicle. based on the limited resources that they have. When in civilized democracies, this brother should be in a lab somewhere now that the government would have set up for him to be able to, so he could use his potential effectively. This young guy is taking his time going to the library at Furabe College, and through his own research, he was able to come up with an electric vehicle, and he built it himself. So these are the things we're saying, guys. It can be done. It is possible. Listen to his story.
His work has not gone unnoticed. Recently, Emmanuel was nominated for the 2022 Africa Genius Award, joining an ever-growing list of accolades.
And this is what I wanted to share with you, because I've shown this video before. So at the time, Emmanuel was going to be, was picked out and selected too. So I don't know what has come off of, but I know since then I haven't heard anything about this brother, about his invention, building electric vehicles. Maybe he's not even in Sierra Leone anymore. I don't know. Because of course, if the level playing field is not there for him to thrive, then I don't see why he would want to stay in Sierra Leone. But a brother like this, if somebody can tell us exactly what has happened to him, what is he doing? Is he still, fixing electric vehicles? Or maybe he's out of Sierra Leone now. Maybe his talent has been, used in some other country. We don't know. But if anybody has any information about Emmanuel, please share with us. But I just wanted to bring it back to your attention so you guys can know what we are talking about. You see, because the problem is we have found out that it's the political class. They've ganged up against the people to destroy, the lives and future of these young brothers and sisters that we have. And that is why we should stand up and rise up against these people. We should stop defending these politicians. When I look at brothers like Emmanuel, there is no way I would befriend a politician at this particular point in time who does not have the interest of the people. And that is what I want you guys to think about, every one of you. Look at this young brother. Let's listen to his story, because I have another video I want to share with you. Because, guys, these are electric vehicles.
By for 2023? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Call the Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process.
There is no way we will not be able to have, people like Emmanuel manufacture vehicles like these in Sierra Leone. It could be done. It is a possibility with all of these electric vehicles available now. Brother Emmanuel, if they're empowered, if the state, instead of stealing the money and putting it in their bank accounts, if they can sponsor, build industries in Sierra Leone, across Africa, we can do this. It is feasible to have these electric vehicles. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I want you guys to see it. But this is our brother right here. Listen to his story.
All right. Come here, let me show you my awards. This is my award from the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. And also, again, this is another one. During my high school days, I was awarded the best student for physics. So that gave me my imagination that, wow, I really need to do something like this. Whenever I look at my award and I feel really good, that inspires me that, wow, and this is where my talent is, and this is where my gift is. And I just want to be like Isaac Newton's, like the Albert Einstein.
Numerous sketches include past inventions in use today, including everything from cookers that run on solar energy to his very own first generator.
This was my first invention, the Galileo inventions. It was a crazy day, my time, 2014.
All these creations share a common intention: Emmanuel's desire to better the lives of those in his community and country.
One of the things I like doing during my free times is to create a prosthetic limbs to help the amputee. Because today I live in a community full of amputees and they face huge challenge to live a normal life. You can see this one, it's more like the knee. After the process, you just need something to, like a color, to match up with the patient, because some patient may be black, maybe fair.
Now, with his most ambitious dream hitting the pavement, he's driven by a sense of purpose, helping to navigate his country's path to a cleaner future.
I am very happy that Macau will help to achieve Goal 7 of the Sustainable Development Goal which we are to achieve in the year 2030. I want Sierra Leone to be using solar cars across the nation, for people to be using it private or commercial, and that will minimize the risks of all sorts of air pollution, all sorts of health issues across the nation.
Absolutely, guys. So this is what we're talking about. I just want you guys to see this and understand that we have so much potential out there, especially across Africa. But this is our own brother from Sierra Leone. I want you to see this and understand that if we come together as a people and hold these politicians accountable, because they've taken us for granted, they said we the people don't know what we want. They say we don't know nothing that is happening. And this is why they continue to steal the resources from Africa. Instead of thinking about having these factories in Africa so that we can manufacture and produce our own vehicles, electric vehicle, have our own raw materials and process those raw materials instead of just coming in and harvesting those raw materials and shipping it out. Like what this young brother is actually sharing with us in this video right here, who made a couple of trips to, on the Joe Rogan show, who made a couple of trips to Congo. Congo is like a hub. I mean, it's ridiculous, child labor, all of that stuff. But I mean, recently there was a, coup there. So maybe that's going to take care of that. Hopefully these, leaders of the coup would, use the resources properly, to benefit the lives of the Congolese people. But Congo is like the richest country in the world in terms of its mineral resources and all of that. But yet the people still live in abject poverty. And this is the same thing that is actually happening in Sierra Leone. We have so many mineral resources. Forget the cobalt, forget the lithium. What about the gold, the diamond, the bauxite, the rutile, the iron ore, everything we've had over the years? These politicians share these monies to themselves. It does not go into the consolidated fund. It does not go into the purse for the people. They don't provide social services. None of that kind of stuff. But listen to this guy, because I'm sure that he did a PhD research based on what he's saying from Congo, to see how people are being manipulated and used just to mine cobalt for lithium batteries for electric vehicle. Listen to this.
People sort of know peripherally that, that they call them conflict minerals, and, they know that they're coming from an area of the world that's very poor, but I don't think people are aware of how horrible it is. There have been some documentaries that have been done on it, and they're all terrifying.
Yeah, so conflict minerals was phase one, and that's actually not cobalt.
What does it refer to? Conflict minerals?
So conflict minerals, also called the 3TG minerals, are tin, tungsten, tantalum, and gold. And those are in the eastern Congo. And that catastrophe started around the year 2000, late 1990s, 2000. Shortly after the Rwandan genocide. The militias moved in, and the Eastern Congo is sitting on some of the largest reserves in the world of those 3TG minerals, especially tantalum. And those are all used in microprocessors. And you can think back to, around the year 2000, mobile phones first started coming out and gaining traction. I still remember my little StarTAC flip phone that I had from Motorola. You remember that?
Sure.
And all that supply was coming out of Eastern Congo. Militias and warlords were forcing the local population at gunpoint, machete point, to dig this stuff out, and it was flowing up into the formal supply chain, into mostly those first-generation cell phones. And that became known as conflict minerals. Cobalt started later. Cobalt really took off about 10, 12 years ago. And it's in another part of the country, in the mining provinces in the southeast of the Congo. And cobalt took off because it was started to be used in lithium-ion batteries to maximize their charge and stability. And it just so happens that the Congo, just as it was sitting on more than half the world's reserves of coltan and, of course, a lot of gold and diamonds and other things, is sitting on more cobalt than the rest of the planet combined.
Wow.
And it's in a small little patch of the Congo, southeastern corner, a part that used to be called Katanga. And before anybody knew what was happening, Chinese government, Chinese mining companies took control of almost all the big mines. and the local population has been displaced, is under duress, and they dig in absolutely subhuman, gut-wrenching conditions for $1 a day, feeding cobalt up the supply chain into all the phones, all the tablets, and especially electric cars.
And we're looking at a video now. Jamie, what is this? The mines?
This is video. So I think so.
This is so crazy to see.
Wow.
This is the bottom of the supply chain of your iPhone, of your Tesla, of your Samsung. I mean, I'm just naming those companies.
Right.
It's all of them, right? All of them. We're not just picking on them. And here's what you need to know, Joe, about this video. I was the first outsider to get into this mine. And that's why it's just a really short video that I was able to take. This is an industrial cobalt mine where there's not supposed to be one artisanal miner. Now, that's the term used for people who are just digging by hand as opposed to tractors and excavators. There's not supposed to be one here. That's what the story is told at the top of the chain. This mine, and I can name it, it's called SIERRA. There's not supposed to be one artisanal miner here, according to the consumer-facing tech companies and EV companies buying this cobalt. Lo and behold, I walk into this place, and this is what I see. There's more than 15,000 human beings crammed into that pit, digging by hand. And if you have sound, you hear the mallets, you hear the shouting, you hear the grunts. It's a mass of humanity. You might expect to see a scene like this.
Africa.
I want to quickly share what for me has been a hugely positive habit,
Africa.
and that's speaking
Africa. Africa.
So there's a term that gets used, clean cobalt.
There's no clean cobalt.
It's not real.
No, it's all.
You know, guys, I just wanted to share that with you so you know what is actually happening. But with the electric vehicles, my brother Emmanuel, that you guys saw, invented his own electric vehicle. What we're saying is, why don't the governments in Sierra Leone, create an enabling environment for people like these with this much talent for them to thrive and produce their own electric vehicles so we can actually sell electric vehicles to the world, have our own manufacturing plants, not just harvest the lithium and all of the other mineral resources and sell it overseas. But there's so much potential. Africa needs to wake up, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. But guys, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. It's been a while, but bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice evening. Okay, it's late. It's 8 o'clock now, almost. So, but I'll talk to you guys again. All right? You all stay well and do good. All right? Bye-bye.